Hello, welcome to IBTV. Today we will just be answering some questions you guys had according to the survey we sent out.
Due to COVID regulations, we could not go on a green camp, unfortunately, in September of 2021. However, it is planned for the whole of IB to go on a green camp in June 2022. However, we're unsure as to where or when it's going to happen.
So I know this question was asked a while ago, and things have changed from then because we did bring up this issue, and this is why we now have the first 15 minutes of lunch for year 12 and 13 in the canteen. And then we do have freedom of movement, so that's a big plus that the secondary students don't have. And the reason for this is because of COVID. They can't fit in the secondary canteen because of the new timetable. Everyone has lunch at the same time.
It is recommended to do it as soon as possible, so in year 12, but if you don't manage, you can continue doing it in year 13. I did my CAS project last year in May.
For yourself, my advice is to plan every day what you're gonna do that exact day, or even for the whole week if you manage to do so. For example, an advice is to not fall behind with notes and homework, especially with notes, so it's going to be easier for you to revise over the weekend and also during your free periods. And regarding CAS, my advice is to do it regularly and upload at least something, a small reflection every week.
So the method of studying that I would strongly recommend is called active recall. Instead of just writing notes and absorbing information from textbook, it's really important to practice effectively retrieving information out of your brain, such as like in exam conditions. So it's really good to do a lot of past papers and also teach others about the material, and that will really help you like study for the exam.
Essay. So I definitely recommend to not procrastinate and get it done as soon as you're assigned the task. Also start off with an outline. It will help you carry through your whole essay much faster. And also always refer to some terminology and be familiar with the areas of knowledge and the ways of knowing as well.
Well, I can't say specifically because it depends on your subjects, obviously, and which half-term break it is. But starting at the very beginning, you probably won't have too much to do, but it's better to keep on top of studying and keep on top of your CAS and EE at that point, rather than focusing on homework when you don't have much. But at the end of year 12, you won't get much homework over the summer or half-term breaks simply because you have a lot of IA practice to do and lots of IA preparation. So if you don't have much homework, you will have other things to focus on. But if you want to know specifically, ask your teachers.
I recommend making nice, aesthetically pleasing notes so that you're motivated to go through them and study and make them. These are my notes. I use Canva to make them for psychology. And yeah, I recommend the same for biology.
So at the very end of this video, there is an interview from Dr. Reed and Ms. Thompson on how to effectively study psychology and biology. So if you're taking those subjects and you're interested, please stay with us till the end.
We got introduced to the EE in the new year of our first year of IB, so in year 12, and we had many assemblies regarding the structure of the EE and referencing as well as plagiarism. And we then sort of chose our research question about March, and then we were sent away on the summer holiday to write our first draft, which was due in September of this year, September of year 13. Regarding how to choose a topic for EE, you should take something that you're interested in and then link it to one of your higher level subjects. Make sure that it is linked to the syllabus, and also go talk to your EE supervisors who will help you greatly with choosing a good research question to get the best grade possible.
So I would say the biggest advice that I wish someone would have told me is that you should not procrastinate during the summer, guys. Seriously, do your EE, start working on your IAs, and it will be so much easier at the beginning of year 13, because right now I know so many people that are struggling. And also I would say every time you learn something new, maybe make notes so you aren't struggling before mock periods or before exam periods, so you have already everything in order and everything you need to do is revise. That's going to make it a lot easier.
So internships do count towards service as long as they're unpaid and they're meaningful work. So other ideas, here's a website that offers a lot of great opportunities that you can sign up for in Warsaw, but you can get creative with it. My friend does tutoring, you can do babysitting, and you can also go for the classic options such as actually volunteering at an animal shelter or soup kitchen.
We recommend that you start your class as early as possible, preferably September.
Here is a 2-minute video from Dr. Reed that will be followed by a 2-minute video from Ms. Thompson.
Okay, so it begins with generic advice that can be applied to all revision, and this will come as no surprise to you. The most important thing is to be organised, by which I mean to formulate a revision timetable. Now, it works for some students really well. I appreciate it doesn't work for everybody, but I've found that if students do put together a realistic revision timetable, where, for example, you're studying psychology on a Tuesday, mathematics on a Wednesday, I don't know, let's say biology on a Thursday, and you stick to that and begin in good time, so hopefully you'll have been given good forewarning about when the evaluation is going to be. That's a way of really organising your revision strategy. The other thing as well to do is try to avoid cramming the night before. From a psychological perspective, there's lots of evidence to suggest that that's one of the least effective ways of studying. And also, when you are studying hard, make sure that you give yourself plenty of breaks, okay? If you are studying for 2 hours at a time, the ability to recall information after around about 40 minutes just drops off. So revise hard for 40 minutes, give yourself a break, have a cup of tea, do something fun, go back to it, give yourself a break, go back to it, give yourself a break, okay? Whatever you do, stay up the night before with no sleep. As far as psychology is concerned, the best way for you to study is to put together is to look at, I should say, what is now available, which is a list of all of the topics in each of the 3 areas: biological psychology, cognitive psychology, and sociocultural psychology, which are broken down into subtopics. And for each of those subtopics, there is at least 2 suggested key studies. There's lots of key studies that are available in psychology, but you do not, contrary to popular opinion, need to memorize them all. So what I've done is provided a really nice summary document, which is available to you and you should use to structure your revision. Other than that, try to have fun and try to relax when you're in your examinations. I would consider it as an opportunity to show off and show how clever you are. Try not to get too stressed. Easier said than done, I understand. But let's face it, until the actual diploma exams themselves, these are just ways for us as teachers to track your progress and hopefully intervene to make sure that we fill in any gaps or misconceptions. Have fun studying.
Action. Hi, I'm Mrs. Thompson, biology teacher. I'm here to give you some advice on doing biology IB in year 12. First of all, don't think this is the easy option. It really isn't. The amount you have to learn is huge. Okay, so first I would advise you to get hold of a syllabus and make yourself checklists from it to make sure that you could miss something in a lesson and you don't want to have any gaps in your knowledge. So make sure you've got a syllabus and checklists and you are always referring to them. After you've had a lesson, and this is for every subject, after you've had a lesson, that evening, go through what you did in that lesson. So every single evening, you really should be doing an hour of summary work, reading through, making notes of what you've been doing in that day for every single lesson you had that day, okay? The next thing, when you finish a unit, don't wait to be told to revise, okay? You should be making your own revision mind maps or summary sheets, and regularly looking back at them, because the stuff you've done at the beginning of year 12 you might have forgotten by Christmas, okay? So every couple of weeks, go back and have a look at things, make sure it keeps going into your mind. Keywords. In biology, there are so many new keywords, and have a list and meanings for these keywords so that you can keep learning them. And then finally, when it comes to revision, nothing is better than going through past papers with the mark schemes, trying to write your answer and then look at the mark scheme and then improving your answer so it is a perfect answer. It's a really good way of making sure that knowledge is easily usable in an exam context. Good luck with it, and yeah, I wish you well for the future. Bye.